What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. In the NFL, we have the is Joe Flacco an elite quarterback question, which we still really have. If you want to know my answer on that, the answer is does he have a Super Bowl ring? Yes. Has he beaten Tom Brady and Did he beat Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in the playoffs to win that Super Bowl? Yeah. So I guess you give it to him. But the thing with the NHL's version of that is Shea Weber an average NHL player? You gotta love some of these stats, people. I mean, yes, I will be the first person to admit that there are a place for advanced statistics, Corsi, Fenwick, what have you, in hockey. And do I think they tell a big part of the story? Yes. Do they tell the whole story? No. And if you're going to use that to validate Shea Weber as average, um, then unfortunately you're blinded by the statistics. It's that simple. I mean, you look at how hard it is to play against Weber, and you see what players on the league have to say about Shea. You know, he'll run you through the boards, go into the corner. He will beat the shit out of you physically, and that doesn't show up on advanced statistics. And it's one of those situations where I think people fall in love with the gaudy possession numbers that Subban's put up. And rightfully so. Subban's an excellent player with that, and we know the whole bullshit in Montreal with the analytic consultant, Matt Pfeffer, supposedly quit over the Subban trade, but it turns out his contract wasn't renewed, and then he said Shea Weber was an average NHL player. I mean, really, if you think Shea Weber is average, you're a moron. You're wrong. It's that simple. I'm not here to have a debate with you on is Shea Weber a top 3 or 4 defenseman. I mean, slot him wherever you want. I'd have a hard time slotting him outside like 6, 7, or 8 in the NHL. But to suggest, oh, he's just a middle of the line defenseman is like, are you fucking serious? And I mean, part of you can make the argument in Nashville the last 2 years he wasn't the best defenseman on his own team, and I would definitely listen to that argument and probably agree with you. But there's nothing average about him. He's an upper echelon NHL defenseman. It's that simple. You can push whatever talking points you want, but at the end of the day, the guy's the real deal, and I think a future Hall of Famer. He's excelled with Nashville on a pretty stacked blue line, and every time he's played for Canada internationally, he's been a stud out there. I mean, did he kind of screw up the defensive assignment in the 2010 gold medal game that led to Zach Parise's tying goal? Yeah, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But again, I just think it's a stupid discussion to have. The notion that this guy who's so good at what he does, and could his possession numbers be better? Sure, but those don't tell the whole story. I mean, watch the tape. And I think you need the happy medium of eye test and analytics. I've always said that. And I think analytics paint a picture for a guy like Chris Russell. I think that advanced stats for the ones that point out, like, he's not that good. No disrespect, he's an NHL defenseman, but he's not that good. And likewise, a guy like Shea Weber, you look at all he does in every facet of the game. If you're going off the fact that his, analytics might not be up, in that upper echelon, but everything else he does kind of matches up. It's, goes to show you how new school and old school need to come together and compromise at times. But anyway, that's all I got this episode of The Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.